For a long time, hardcore bodybuilding was presented as the only way to build a great physique. 6 days a week, endless volume, your entire life revolving around training, food, and recovery. And if you weren't doing that, you were told you weren't serious. But the reality is this: for 99% of people who want a lean, strong, aesthetic physique, that approach just isn't necessary. And in most cases, it actually works against them. Training shouldn't consume your life, it should add to it. The goal isn't to become obsessed with living in the gym, it's to build a great physique and then forget about training for the rest of the day, so you can actually focus on enjoyment, productivity, relationships, and actually living. There are two extremes in fitness. On one side, you've got hyper-specific training, perfectly optimized programs, exact rep ranges, ideal weekly volumes, but often with very little intent or emotional buy-in. On the other side, you've got pure passion and hard work. Training heavy, training hard, training until you're destroyed, but with no structure, no restraint, and no understanding of what actually drives progress. Both sides get something right, and both sides get a lot wrong. The smart approach is to merge both of them, to follow evidence-based principles, but execute them with real intent and passion, within the constraints of real life, which for most people means limited time and limited recovery. Training design becomes very simple. You can use minimum effective volume, not because you're lazy, but because it works. A small number of hard focused sets done close to failure with the mindset that every set matters. Around 6 quality sets per muscle group per week, most sets taken to 0 or 1 rep in reserve, using loads that challenge you and execution that actually targets the muscle. No junk volume, no endless pump chasing, no hiding behind fatigue to feel like you've worked hard. Effort isn't derived by how destroyed you feel when you leave the gym. Effort is how much intent you put into the sets that actually stimulate growth. Training becomes a short, focused battle against yourself to improve something measurably, and then you're done. Once training is handled, the rest of your energy goes into maximizing the return you get from that session by optimizing the rest of your life. Nutrition becomes simple and boring in the best way. Sufficient protein per meal, plenty of fruit and vegetables, enough carbohydrates to support training performance, healthy fats and hydration. Not perfect 100% of the time, but just consistent and sustainable. Then lifestyle becomes the foundation. Sleep is a non-negotiable because nothing replaces it, and beyond that, your routine should be built around productive enjoyment. Walks in nice places, low stress movement, and interests that have nothing to do with training. When the gym isn't your entire identity, you actually value the small amount of training you do to a greater extent. You show up with more focus, more intent, and better execution. That's the smarter way to build a lean, aesthetic physique. Do the few basics exceptionally well, train with science and passion, but respect your time constraints and build a life first, letting your physique be the byproduct, not the burden. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, drop me a like and subscribe. And if you want to find out exactly how I do this on a day-to-day basis, then there's a link in my bio to my free 8-day course, which runs through exactly how we install training habits, nutrition, and lifestyle routines to make sure you're always progressing in life, no matter your situation. Click the link in my description to join that. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video.